okay, there's a lot of tutorials about guitar and even jazz guitar, but mostly I think blues guitar, or is it blues or metal that's more? I don't know. Um, Both blues and metal, to a degree, since well, metal didn't really exist before the '60s or the '70s. Blues existed before that, and it kind of got filtered, as we all know, through popular rock acts, blah blah blah. Okay, so the thing with those two kind of music genres is the more players play it and hear it, I think over time, the more they've gotten more technical or wanted to put in more notes or whatever, and they both kind of have to learn, oh, you don't always have to put in all the notes or whatever. With metal, obviously technical is the whole point of metal, whereas a lot of people say with blues, feeling is more of the point. And so if you're putting in too much, you're sort of cheating or not being true to the spirit, or however you want to characterize that. And of course, with blues, now I don't know if the sound quality will really translate here, and I'm definitely using a Squier Stratocaster, which is of course the world's most famous jazz guitar. But with blues, of course, you can slide to fill time. Whoops, and you can bend notes to fill time. Some of these tricks translate to metal, but they don't really translate to jazz. So with jazz, you are kind of stuck putting in those extra notes. Now, a lot of people are going to have an aneurysm when the first thing I say at the beginning of this tutorial, well, one, most of the jazz courses expect that you are already a master of the guitar and not a beginner, which is why I put mastering at the beginning as a joke more than an actual instant technique that's going to make you an automatically great jazz player. Ha ha. Joke's on you. And so your head may explode if you came here thinking that you're going to be the next whoever on guitar because you watched 10 minutes of me having fun. But I did switch amplifiers, so this is not the one that I've been. This one has a little bit more reverb going on that I don't know how to get rid of. So you can really hear it kind of. Typically in a jazz song, you don't hear quite that much sustain or whatever on each single note. But I've got the old setting up here in the number 4 position, if you want to call it that, and I've got this turned all the way down, which should do nothing because we're on this pickup's not this pickup. And I've got this rolled back almost all the way so that we won't get too much treble, even though we're still going to get some, like I said, kind of echo. And most of the time I prefer to play with my fingers, but lately my fingernails have been kind of getting ground down too much. And so I've started more using a pick, and I really kind of hate the way a pick sounds, but for this, demonstration or style of playing or whatever, it's probably better anyway, because if you're trying to go faster, or in this case, we'll be doing a lot of up and down plucking to try and keep forward motion. And in chords. What I was about to say, it really doesn't matter what notes we play. I'm intentionally not going to play any melodies that sound anything like any melodies at all. And when we come to the chords, though, like this is super easy to do for country music too. If you want to sound like 40s and 50s, is just bar and don't like finger anything. And you can just fill time that way. So if you're like stuck and you can't like bend the string like blues, because like blues are all, and you're like, I don't know what to play. So that killed 15 seconds. Good to go. Right? Jazz, you can't do that, like I said, so you have to be like, as long as you like keep moving that forward motion, people will think you know what you're doing. And if you hit a bunch of wrong notes, they'll just think you're being like moody and contemplative. Of course, it depends on the speed of the song. I'm not really doing any particular tempo. I missed the string and hit the wrong one, but you couldn't tell, right? See, that could be a jazz song right by itself, and you wouldn't even know. But if you put too many notes like that, then it won't sound very jazz anymore. But then, like, if you slide, like, don't do it like blues where you like hit the string first and do all that, because then it's totally obvious. Whereas, see, if you don't hit it, then you slide up, then nobody can tell that you slid like for 5 frets or whatever. But don't keep bending like that. I'm doing that on purpose to show you what not to do. And that's your first step toward mastering jazz.